Hi everyone, it's Lucera with another Beaucheval Whispers. Beaucheval Whispers are sights, sounds, thoughts and sensations of support that I share with you in the presence of horses. I'm in a paddock today at Pegasus in Brewster, New York, with my beloved Quizzical, who's having some of her late morning, early afternoon hay. It's perfectly quiet. You might have just heard her tummy rumble. The trees are completely bare. The ground is covered in snow. It's really bright. You can hear some birds occasionally. And there's rain across the way, who's looking over at me. She's the one who you might have just heard blow out. And then further in the distance is Buttercup. So just take a moment to settle wherever you are and just be prepared to just enjoy a moment where your nervous system gets to go at its own pace. And as I say that, I'm actually looking up at the clouds. It's a pretty clear day, but there are some clouds, and they're moving so slowly. It's actually really calming to my eyes to look up and just watch them move at that slow pace. It's like slow moving smoke. Slow moving smoke on a blue sky. So when I was thinking of the topic for today, which was never really planned because life doesn't work that way most of the time, but it was really about tuning into what I sense around us in this moment, but also in our lives. And I'm looking around, and we're in these paddocks but surrounded by forests, and I'm noticing how you can see so deep into the forest, which you normally can't because it's normally really thick with leaves. And I'm just thinking of the theme, which is scarcity and hope. And as I'm out here looking around, feeling the scarcity of winter, the bareness, the coldness, the calmness, and the beauty of it, I think of this word scarcity, and in nature it does feel natural. This is the time of year when everything is slowing down and is quiet. But I sense that for most of us in our lives, there is a sense of scarcity that is not feeling natural right now and hasn't for a while. Quiz just walking past me. And it could be the scarcity of resources, the scarcity of opportunities, the scarcity of finances, the scarcity of time to be spent in the way that we would like it to be spent, the scarcity of kindness, manners. It just seems that it's quite heavy around us and in us. And so I just thought we could take a moment to sense where that is in our own body. And so just enjoy the quiet of this moment to see if you can sense where scarcity is sitting, buzzing, swirling, maybe quietly begging to be heard from within your own body. And just taking that moment to again notice that it's there. And if you have time, sit with it longer and see where it would like to go. Because part of why we do these support whispers is to revisit the practice of being with what is uncomfortable so that our nervous system has that acknowledgement, but also has the opportunity to move it through us. Hi, Quiz. She just walked back and stuck her nose into my right chest. Sometimes we're often too rushed to move away from uncomfortable feelings. And this is a moment where the invitation is in quiet, in calm, to just acknowledge what scarcity is feeling like within your own body. And one of the beautiful things about our nervous system and our body is Quiz pushes away a ball of hay that just, I don't know why I found that funny. She just clearly doesn't want that. She wants this, and it's something else. And she was very clear about it. And maybe that resonates with you too. One of the wonderful things about our nervous systems and our body is that there is always this other place that we can resource. And for some reason, I felt scarcity and hope go together. And so noticing where hope is in your body. One of the things I look forward to sharing with you throughout this next year and coming months is just the wisdom of nature to help us regulate. And while I don't know for sure that nature is hopeful in that sense of hope as a emotion, it just calmly goes through the difficulties and holds acknowledgement for the good when it comes, and is also with that when it shows up. And I think I want to maybe even understand that a bit more for myself in the coming months, because I sense it, but I struggle with articulating it as much as I sense it. And so for me, the word hope and scarcity go together, because I think it's a way to... Some horses have just arrived on a trailer. Hope is a way to resource and come to for support in moments of scarcity. It's so funny because the horses that just arrived in the far distance, there's a horse who obviously must sense his or her friend is in that trailer, and has just been the squeal from the horses came from the arriving trailer, and then the horse in the paddock far away that Quiz and I are facing started running, and it's almost as if it was a wonderful, spontaneous example of the arrival and a sense of hope and excitement. And so, on that thought, just believing that even with the difficulties of scarcity, which we absolutely shouldn't hide and run away from, that we always have this resource of hope that is either within our own body, and if we're struggling to find it in our own body, just look around into nature and something will show you a sign of hope. Until next time.